Who have we got over there today? Where are you guys watching me from? See if you can give me a comment on the comment area so that I can know who's over there today. Let me check. Just gonna put a bit of music in the meantime. I'm just gonna give a couple more minutes because I still have. Yeah, Takla is still saying we're still not in time yet. So we're gonna wait just a couple more minutes. If you guys have got something like a cushion you can sit on, we're gonna use that. So that'd be amazing if you can find something similar. It doesn't have to be a cushion. It can be. I've got a block there. It can be either a block. Yeah, and if you're really not comfortable on the floor at all, in that case, I would recommend just get a chair. Okay. Wonderful. So we still don't know who we have over there. We've got two people. If you can say hi through there. I know some people cannot really give me a comment because they don't have a YouTube account, so don't worry if you can't. You're still welcome, and I'm very happy for you to be here. Just hello, we've got someone else there. So, just a summary of what this session is about. If you haven't been here before, I'm Alba, and I'm doing this free live sessions, which are for you guys to move and for us to move together. And I'm so grateful that you're here, and I hope you enjoy this and you can come back. This session is quite soft. It's basically to just focus a little bit, be present in our bodies, connect with our breath, and yeah, just start the day feeling a little bit. Sometimes we just get up feeling very like stuck in our heads because we haven't slept very well in these difficult times. So the aim of this is just to be a bit more present, awakening the body, and starting the day in a different way. And hopefully, yeah. So we're gonna get started. Yes, perfect. So we're going to leave this cushion to the side because we'll use it then later. And I'm just going to turn the music a little bit. Great. So I hope you can hear me well with this new system because it is a bit of an innovation. Let's see how we can work for this. Perfect. So all we're going to do is we're going to start in both our feet, nice and grounded, allowing the toes to get nice and spread on the mat. And starting to close our eyes and soften those knees. I just want you to start breathing nice and deep, imagining your exhale is like a big bag of sand that's very wet and it's very heavy, and it drops all the way down to your pelvis. So I'm really starting to bring my awareness to my feet, my legs, and the lower part of my body. How can I allow my chest with my exhale to drop all the way down to my feet? Now, if I need to release a sound to let that breath drop, I can just do that. Great. And from there, we're just going to start to open our eyes softly, and we're going to start to bounce from side to side. All I want you to do is to keep focusing on your breathing and on the heaviness on your feet. So it's really, really, really heavy feet. Really, really, really heavy pelvis. And I'm starting to let my head go with it. Just starting to release all the muscle tension in my body. Starting to move a little bit like jelly. Good. So how soft can I get? How smooth can my movement be? Great, and really starting to let all that weight drop as much that my upper body is starting to want to go towards my feet. And I'm gonna start to let it go down and release my head as I keep swinging from side to side. If I need to widen my legs, I can do that. And from there, softening the knees, we're gonna come all the way back up again. Good, and it is a swing that never stops. We're still connected with that swinging movement. And we start to go all the way down, melting the heart up to the ceiling, letting the head drop nice and heavy. Wonderful, yes. Imagining all those fluids in my body, all those liquids, all those viscous fluids there are starting to move. Yeah, and we're starting to oil the joints, make them nice and smooth. Well done. And from there, I'm just gonna pick up my arms. I'm just gonna stretch as much as I need so I can pull one hand and then the other one. Good. And yes, and I can do a big circle. Let's do a couple of big circles. Wonderful. Keeping the knees soft. Okay. And I'm gonna start to move the head just a little bit. Wonderful. A nice wide circle through the whole skull using the weight of it. Good. And from there, I'm just gonna start with that squeezing of the hands. So I'm just gonna start to give them some nice squeeze in there, like I'm massaging them a bit. Both hands. If I've got cold hands, I'm just gonna warm them up. Yeah, really like you're a baker. You've got this bread though. Yeah, so you're really gonna go through there and you're gonna start to go through your arm with just one hand. So you stay a little bit through your wrist, give it some nice rub, and you're gonna start to go all the way up. Like in a little circle. So I'm literally just trying to spiral through the whole arm and give me some muscle massage. Good. And I get to the shoulder and I just give it a little bit of a massage through the front and through the back. Very good. And I'm going to go to the other arm. So I start through the top of my shoulder, right shoulder, and I start to go all the way down through my arm. Very good. Stay on my wrist. Give it some warmth and start to go all the way from the back of the arm up to my armpit. Very good. And from there, all I'm going to do is I'm going to start to kick a little bit on my chest, but I'm just going to do it with a little bit of swinging. So one and two. Good. And I'm just letting it flow so that I'm not actually doing it myself, but just my arms come back to my chest to kick a little bit on it. And we're going to start to go a little bit lower through the good. And we're going to start tapping a little bit in the belly area. So we just stay there for a bit. That's it. And really breathe into it. Wonderful. Very good. And from there, I'm going to get on my profile so you can see me. I'm going to make my legs a bit wider. My toes are going to point inwards. And I'm going to let my head get super heavy. I'm just going to start to say yes with the head. Releasing the back of my neck as much as I can. So it's really not an active movement, it's a really passive one. Let the momentum take you. And then let's go to the right and the left. Wonderful. And softening those knees in as if I really want to get into that internal rotation. I'm just going to start to bend them in and press through the whole foot to reach the sit bones up to the ceiling. And again, bending those knees in, widening the back, pressing through the whole foot to reach the sit bones up. And again, bending in, beautiful. Exhale, wonderful. Last one, bending in. Yes, good. And from there, we're going to stay with those knees bent in. We're going to send the tailbone down, pick up our pubic bone, and articulate all the way up. Wonderful. Good. And let's grab a cushion. So we're just going to grab either a cushion or something we can sit on. And we're just going to be there, crossing legs however you want in order to be comfortable. I'm just going to let this drop down a bit. Wonderful. So I'm going to sit on the floor, but you guys can do either this, or you can also stay on a chair with your hands like palms up to the ceiling. And we're going to plant them right there on our knees. Wonderful. And from there, starting to give ourselves some soft focus around the space that surrounds us. And we're just going to start to close the eyes there, little by little. Good. And in those first seconds of this cool down, all I want you to do is start to notice the feelings, sensations in your body. What is the rhythm of my breathing? Is it accelerated today? Am I feeling a little bit nervous? Am I feeling calm? What kind of vibration has it got? If it had to have a color, what color is my breath today? What is the texture it's got? Or the shape? Just giving yourselves, allowing the time to find that truth through your intuition without judging it. Trying to just let those words happen to define your breath today. And from there, we're going to start to visualize the inhale being a big bag of water that's expanding in my pelvis. And as I exhale, I'm starting to imagine a little needle, very, very tiny river of water going up my skull, all the way up through my body. Now I'm not squeezing the water at the bottom to let it come up, but I'm just letting it slowly travel as far as it needs to go. I keep visualizing that image, making sure I am not forcing anything, but allowing the breath to create more space and to find new places to breathe. Great, and from there, I want you to start to bring the attention towards the room you're in, the space around you. I wonder if you can start to notice the noises, sounds around you. Starting to get in as much detail as you can. Which ones of them are close to me? Which ones of them are barely perceptible, quite far away from me? Wonderful. And slowly bringing the attention back to the breath. I'm going to start to slowly open my eyes and just start to be aware of the space around me. Which colors are there? Which textures? How is my body feeling right now? Nice. And I'm going to bring my feet slightly more forward, having the soles of my feet together. I can hold on to my ankles, give them some warmth. And I'm going to start to let my head melt forward as I curl into myself, trying to create a big spiral that allows the chest to melt and lift up to the ceiling. And I stay in that little stretch for a second. And slowly coming up again from the base of my spine. Good. Now I'm gonna open the legs a bit wider towards the front. And I'm just gonna start to give them some energy. So really, really, really giving them some massage with one hand goes to each leg. Yes, and you're really getting into those muscles. Wonderful through the front of the leg. Nice and strong. Very good. Good. Stay in the ankle. Good. And come back to your feet. And you're going to go one by one. So you're going to give one foot. You're going to get those fingers right in to really, 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 really soften that sole. So see which tensions you find. Just acknowledging which are the bits of the foot that are not a little bit not connected to the ground as we walk because they're very stiff. So really get onto those places and start to mobilize your fingers too. So you're mobilizing them nice and free. Wonderful. And you're going to start to travel through the back of your right leg. I hope you don't have as many dog hair as I have in my leggings. Wonderful. And we're gonna go through the other leg. So we stay in the sole of the foot. Very good. So really getting into the middle of the arch, right into the middle of the arch. Wonderful. Yes. So yeah, so give it some proper energy. Starting to activate that circulation in there. Wonderful. And let's go through the toes. So we really spread them apart, give them some movement. Okay. And we go through the back of the leg. Good. Nice and active through the back of the leg. Wonderful. And also through the back of the thigh. Give yourself some good energy. Wonderful. Perfect. And let's go a little bit towards the head. I've got a problem with my mic. I might be hitting it. You're going to go through the top of the skull. So I want you to travel with those fingers, not too aggressively, but that you actually feel it starting to awaken. So I'm going to go through the top of the scalp and a little bit more through the back. Very good, very good. And I'm going to travel through the forehead, starting to tap my fingers, little tapping movements through the whole face. Very good, nice. Yeah, so important to work through the face. Good, and from there, I'm gonna start to massage my jaw and my cheeks. Yeah, it's like a bit tricky with the mic. So we're gonna really go in through there. Very good, and start to bring your finger to that little bit in the base of the jaw, so you can get really that softness in there. Good, perfect, and start to travel through the side of the neck. Good. And again, give yourself some tapping on the chest. Okay, and let's go on for a little bit of stretching now that we are a little bit warm, so we can leave these guys there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to start just in parallel and again, allowing that head to drop towards the floor. Good. And from there, softening those knees, guys, we're going to walk through the hands, making them really active. And I'm going to start to stay in that downward dog for a second. So I'm activating my hands as much as I can. I can look at them for a second and just make sure there are no spaces where there's air and there's no pressure in the hands. So the whole palm is pressing. Now my shoulders are nice and wide. And I'm starting to allow my hands to connect to my chest and clip it with my pubic bone. Good. And from there, I'm just going to start to walk, picking up one heel off the ground alternatively. Yeah. And then we're going to start to mobilize the spine so we can even let the hips twist a little bit. Very good. Wonderful. Good. So really allowing that spine to move quite freely. Wonderful. Good. And from there, we stay 2 seconds more in that position. Imagining the pubic bone is reaching backwards. The arms are nice and strong. My chest is connected. Beautiful. Good. And let's start to send the knees down to the floor, curling the toes. And from there, we're going to go all the way back to a child's pose for a second. So I'm going to really use my hands to start to curl my spine and mobilize it through the pubic bone, lifting up to the ceiling. Very nice. Now, staying in that shape, we're going to start to travel through the wave in all fours. So I'm going to bring my feet a bit wider, just hip width apart, parallel feet. My hands are going to go a little bit more forward, and I'm going to start to look at my pubic bone as I drop and crash my sacrum down to my feet. Bring your hands slightly more forward if you need, and then I'm going to go all the way forward, staying on my strong hands to reach my nipples and collarbones up to the ceiling without collapsing on my belly. Now I'm again looking back at my belly button to curl from the top base of my spine to go all the way back into that curl. Beautiful. And again, curling you, really pressing on your feet and on your shins to activate all that lower leg. And I'm standing strong in my hands. Every single finger of my hands is pressing to lift those collarbones up to the ceiling. Imagine I'm spreading my hands apart. And again, I look back at my belly button, curl from the base of your spine to go all the way back. And now we are going to reverse the shape. So I'm going to go in my extension. So I'm having strong hands, reaching the pubic bone back and the chest forward, creating that opposition still to go all the way forward. And then I am looking back at my belly button to come back. Wonderful. And again. So I'm going forward in that extension without letting the lower belly hang. And I'm spreading the shape all the way out. Pubic bone to your nose. And back. Wonderful. And we're just going to do the last one just until we are in all fours, making sure we've got hands underneath my shoulders, knees underneath my hips. And from there, I'm just going to do nice wide circles, starting towards the right, really oiling that hip joint. Very good. Now, if I feel there's some points of the circle where I'm a bit more stiff, feels a bit more yucky, just gonna stay in there, go a little bit slower through that, and I'm just gonna breathe a little bit deeper into that area, so that slowly we're getting a really oily joint that's working smoothly to begin the day. Beautiful. Last one, and then we're gonna reverse. Perfect. Very good. And last breath. Okay. And we're just gonna come back to sitting, and we're gonna start stretching a little bit through the bum. So we're gonna put this leg on top of the other one, cross one chest, and start a little twist that happens from the belly button, allowing the right bum to be, right sit bone to be down on the floor. Very good. And the other leg. Yeah, so with this session, we don't want to really force things. We just want to start to be a little bit active, mobilize the spine, have everything starting to move. Very good. Wonderful. And from there, we're just going to have one knee forward and we're just going to start to lie here, allowing all that groin to open. So one knee's forward, a little bit open, and the other leg just drops towards the floor, trying to stretch all the front of that left hip crease in this case. Breathing nice and deep through it. Great, and we're going to go to the other side. So we change the leg, bring the left foot forward, and the right stretches backwards. And we're going to again try to drop the weight forward. Breathing nice and deeply into that stretch. Focusing the attention in those bits that need that breath to get there in order to melt those stiff muscles. Okay, and from there, I'm just gonna start to lie down on my side. So I just want you to find that nice baby position, however you're comfortable, just on the floor. Yeah, feeling like bit back to bed. Yeah, good. Just trying to notice if there's any energy there that we have awakened. Or if actually the pull to stay here lying down is actually bigger. And just acknowledge those feelings. You don't have to do anything about them. Just notice what's going on. And we're going to start to let all the weight drop so that we are on our backs with our hands nice and wide to the side. Yes. I'm going to give myself some more space if you can see me. Yeah, you can still see me. Wonderful. And I'm going to start to have my heels on the ground and just start to tiptoe. So bringing my toes forward and back a little bit as I keep my heels nice and steady on the floor. My hands are nice and relaxed, and I'm just letting that vibration move all the way up to my skull. Ah, good. And I want you to release whichever sound you need to release right now. Good. So let all the energy that's stuck in your throat just release. Yes. However you want to move, it doesn't matter. Good, and we're gonna start to lift the legs up to the ceiling. We're gonna grab our feet like babies, and I don't care what you do with them. You can either swing from side to side, you can just stretch your legs out to the ceiling, you can open them a bit, you can give them a little swing to the sides, opening. Yeah, so just be playful with them. Just play with your legs like a little baby, going back to to those years where we just knew how to not get bored, even playing out with our bodies. We've forgotten how to do that. And it's very sad because it's very fun. It's loads of fun. So you're going to keep playing around with it. You can even just really, kick a little bit. Good. And we're going to hold the feet from the outside, trying to soften the soles a bit. And we're going to start to swing from side to side. Good. So really letting the head go with it. Oh, good. If I need to make a sound, I let it happen. Wonderful. Yeah, from there, I just want you to stay there for a second in a little ball. Squeeze your knees in and give yourself a big hug. So if you can reach towards your knees, you're going to hold your knees and you're going to stay in that little ball there. Good. Wonderful. And I want you to release again all the way down to the floor. And just again noticing the breathing, seeing if this movement has allowed some movement, some sort of action inside me. How do I feel? Am I calm? Am I still? With that accelerated breath, which kind of quality does it have now? Just observing the breath as it goes down into your pelvis. Your inhale and expands all that big sand bag we were talking about. And as it exhales and lifts all the way up to your skull. And from there, guys, all I want you to do is to ask your body, with all the intelligence it's got, to bring you all the way up to standing. Now, you're not going to rush it. You're going to not make the decision. You're going to allow your body to do it for you. So, all I want you to do is ask for, imagine, visualize the position you want to end up in. Ask your body to take you there and trust that it knows how to do it. And wait for it to happen. With the heaviest quality you can find, like really like a sea creature, all gravity is dropping down on you. You're very, 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 very heavy. Super, super, super heavy amount of energy. Allowing your body to get the quality and taking your time. Good. Up to standing. And if your eyes are closed, you're going to slowly open them. Again, notice the space around you, the colors, textures, temperature. Wonderful. And thank you very much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed the session. It was quite smooth today. Every day is different. Sometimes we get more active. And I am very happy if you can give me ideas. Some days I just ask, give me an inspiration word so we can work together through this, and it can be much more fun because you're giving me things to play with. So glad you're here. This week the schedule has changed a bit. I'm so sorry for the last minute updates on Instagram yesterday. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's at Alba Bold, ALBABOLDC. Um, and I will be updating everything there, but I will always also try to do the updates on the description of the videos that you have the schedule for this week. But in terms of this session, we've got Morning Awakening in English on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, same time as today. And then we've got Tuesday and Thursday is going to be in Spanish at 8:30 Spanish time. And then tonight, please join me for the Mad Pilates class at 6 UK time, 7 Spanish time, and then at 6:45 UK time, we'll have a stretching relaxation session. So I'd love to see you there. If you like this, subscribe to my channel and give me a like. And please recommend it to as many people as you can, because it will be wonderful if we are just a big community moving together. So thanks for being here. Have an amazing, creative, productive day, and hope to see you again soon. Mwah.